great pleasure and privilege to be here with you today. I'm glad to support Arkansas Republicans, meet many of you for the first time, and renew friendships. And I'm happy to say that some of those friendships are with my fellow candidates here. The next 3 years will determine whether we give our children the opportunity and freedom that our founders intended, or the redistributed poverty and government control that the Democrats planned. And although it's the season for Blanche Lincoln to impersonate an Arkansas conservative, her stimulus vote, her budget vote, her food vote, there's no doubt that she'll go along with that. She is a go along, get along kind of politician. And her plan announced Thursday to dictate insurance executive salaries shows that she's also in agreement with the radical administration that is in charge. A few years ago, we elected a Republican congressional majority as conservatives, but they became political careerists, passing out pork, growing government, trading favors for contributions. That's the same as Blanche's self-serving, cynical politics as usual. So we lost our majority. This time, let us Republicans offer a clear and principled alternative. Let's offer a vision of America renewed. Now, it's true that if we're still in the minority, an Arkansas Republican senator will have to vote no a lot. But no does not win elections. It takes vision. When John McCain offered a smorgasbord of incoherent policies, he lost to a vision of hope and change. Yeah, that vision was actually smoke and miracles. But it did not. And although a senator cannot drive an agenda like a president can, if we elect a senator without a vision for his term, he will fail. We will fail. Where there is no vision, the people fail. Or we might get a small delaying action on Obama's destruction of freedom, prosperity, and the American way of life. But without vision, we won't make progress on renewing limited government and the primacy of the Constitution. We need to restore our voices, yes. But more, we need to renew our constitutional republic. Yeah. That is my vision, and that's why I'm in this race. The country's broken. Capitalism and freedom are under attack. 10 to 17% of us are unemployed. Foreign threats grow undeterred. The unborn are perishing by millions, and we worry that the aged may be next. This is not the time for the same irresponsible horse trading that Blanche does with just our republic. That's how we got into this mess. This is not the time for another political careerist. Congress has plenty of those. We need a servant leader who puts others' needs first, the way my mother taught me, and the way I've tried to do as a financial advisor, as a consultant, as an Army officer, and as an educator. And if elected, I will pray daily to keep that servant's heart. But appalling as our situation is, let us not give in to bitterness or apathy or anger, knowing that our hope is ultimately not in a politician, and that the change we need is largely within ourselves. Let us enter the political battle cheerfully, confidently, and resolutely, because we serve a cause larger and more important than any one of us. America renewed. Consider the wisdom of our founders, the resolve of our greatest leaders, and the innumerable sacrifices of our heroes from Concord to Kandahar. The duties passed to our children and grandchildren, this sacred inheritance, is larger than all of us. So my vision is to renew constitutional limits to government, to renew prosperity by cutting taxes and getting government out of the way, to renew fiscal sanity in government by opposing deficit spending and supporting a balanced budget amendment, My vision is to reform health care. And if that awful bill passes, to re-reform health care. By allowing cross-state insurance sales, eliminating tax discrimination against individual purchasers of insurance, reforming malpractice torts to improve health care and lower its costs, and other common sense measures. And I have a vision of members of Congress who no longer live like royalty and act like innocent bystanders in the catastrophes that they help cause. We will renew the promise, freedom, and prosperity of America. I'll put my experience and my passion to your service. I have broad and deep experience in business, education, securities and finance, healthcare, defense. I've been a construction manager, healthcare administration professor, personnel director, a leadership consultant, an English teacher, a financial advisor, director of my Rotary Club for 5 years, and always a leader. And what I've learned from that experience is that what's most important to me is helping others achieve what's most important to them. I've lived and worked in Washington, and I've taken my Arkansas values there and beyond and around the country. And I've lived those values, and I'm not about to compromise them for momentary pleasure, praise in the press, portfolio contributor, or VIP loan. Some senators have done these things, I will not. If you agree that this is not the time for small-minded trade-offs, or taking care of your contributors with favors, or just occupying a seat, join me. My campaign now and my work if elected will be to fight to renew America's freedom and prosperity, to stand up for Arkansas values, and to stand up for America. If that's your work, join me. I ask for your support. I'm a middle-class guy, and to be successful, I will need your work and your money. I'm just an ordinary Arkansan, but with your help,